This radio show is more important than any other mainstream media outlet.
The Breakfast Club.
Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. Come on, baby, don't play with it.
Strike the blink out.
You think I'm gonna come here when this ain't hot?
DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God.
Being here next to all of you guys, it's really big.
It's one of my favorite shows to do, just because y'all always keep it 100, y'all keep it real. But what better place than here?
I think everybody should go on the Breakfast Club and start with that if you want to shake it up.
Good morning, USA! Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday. Good morning.
Good morning. Another day to serve. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. What's happening?
Absolutely.
Good morning, man. Great Tuesday.
Yes, it is. Now, Black Thought will be joining us this morning. I want to put that out there. Of course, Black Thought from the Roots. He has a new book, The Upcycled Self.
Yes, it's a memoir on the art of becoming who we are.
That's right.
Yes.
So we'll be kicking with him in a little bit.
I mean, Black Thought got such a rich story. I mean, people know, Black Thought is a phenomenal MC.
Correct.
From the Roots.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you know his backstory from Philadelphia, that man has overcome a lot of tragedy.
That's right.
That people may not even realize.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that all this morning.
To be able to function after both of your parents were murdered?
Murdered, yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. So we'll be talking to Black Thought this morning.
That's right. And also, let me salute to the Amazon Prime drivers. This morning, one of them scared the ish out of me. I didn't know that they deliver between 2 and 5 a.m. as well.
Yeah.
Well, this morning somebody rang my gate buzzer.
Well, they're not supposed to ring the bell.
At 4:45.
You got a gate.
Yeah, so they rang it at 4:45, and it scared the issue, man, because I seen the Prime jacket, but I thought it was a setup. I was like, either this is an elaborate setup, or this is really the Prime guy. And it was really the Prime guy. I almost let the dog out on him, but it was really, the Prime guy, older man, ran up the driveway, dropped off the package. But I was like, what did my wife need at 4:45 this morning?
Well, it's not that she needed it. It's just that's when they do deliveries.
Oh, it's a service.
Yeah, she ordered it, I'm sure, prior.
Oh.
And that's when they delivered. That happened to me before.
I thought you get to pick your delivery time. I didn't know. I was like, what the hell is in this box that's 4:40 that she needed at 4:45 this morning?
Well, I want to salute all the Prime drivers for your service.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but you scared the shit out of me this morning, though.
Because there's somebody waking up this morning hoping to get their package in a timely fashion, and it's already there right now.
Yes,
because they delivered it at 4-something in the morning.
That's right, 4:45. I wanted to open it up just to see what it was. I was like, what did he have to deliver at 4:45? But yes, salute to all the Amazon Prime drivers. We appreciate ya. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Just want to tell everybody the Mega Millions is $245 million. So if you get a chance, definitely get a ticket.
Hey, you never know.
That's right.
It's the holiday season. That little extra Christmas money will come in handy.
That ain't little.
A little extra, I know.
That ain't little. That ain't little.
That's a lot of Christmas money.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got front page news. Ceslin Figueroa will be joining us. She'll break down what's happening out there in the world. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club on BET. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Tiz.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Breakfast Club family.
Peace, Tez.
Now, let's start off with some quick sports. Last night, the Broncos beat the Bills 24-22. All right. Now, they're saying Aaron Rodgers is going to come back mid-December.
I don't see it. There's no way in hell.
I don't know, but that's what they're saying.
Man had a torn Achilles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, come on, man. Since when does that happen?
I don't know.
How many months has it been? 3? 4? I've never seen somebody come.
Yeah, he went out September. So
I've never seen nobody come back.
Yeah, 3 months.
Nobody coming back from an Achilles injury that fast. Come on, man.
All right. What up, Taz?
What's going on? Yeah, the Secret Service opened fire yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw that all over the news. Let's listen to the report.
A Secret Service agent opened fire last night after encountering 3 people who were allegedly trying to break into an unmarked Secret Service vehicle in Washington. Sources say this agent is assigned to protect President Biden's granddaughter, Naomi, who was not with the agent when the incident occurred. A spokesperson for the Secret Service says no one was struck and the alleged offenders fled the scene.
Well, the Secret Service did their job. I didn't know they could open fire just for, somebody trying to break into
a car.
Break into a car.
That's what I was going to ask. But not only that, Secret Service supposed to be like the best shooters out there. So the fact that there was 3 of them and nobody got hit kind of concerns me a little bit too.
Yeah, I thought about that too, Envy. I was like, seemed like they would have hit something.
They should hit somebody, especially
maybe they wasn't trying to hit him. I don't know.
Well, the 3 people are still fleeing in a red car. And just to give you some additional facts, Washington has seen a significant rise in carjackings and car thefts just this year alone. Police have reported 750 carjackings this year, more than 6,000 reports of stolen vehicles. So this is a real issue. They've also had some representatives who also, have had their cars broken into by armed assailants, but it's a lot going on in Washington. They said the rise of crime has been up more than 40% just this year alone. So that's a real.
Who investigates the Secret Service? Because the story doesn't quite sound right. It feels like it would require just a little bit more peeking behind the curtain just to see what actually happened in this situation. You know what I mean? Somebody trying to break into a car, y'all decide to shoot, nobody gets hit, and the people get away.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
I just want a little bit of an investigation here.
You're a little bit concerned.
Just a little bit. Let's just see if this holds up. That's all.
Yeah. They did say they are investigating, but like you said, who is investigating them? And then who's investigating the investigators? So, yeah.
Yeah, when they say they're being investigated, who's investigating them?
Right. Well, it just says authorities. So whoever authorities are.
That just means they're investigating who did the robbery. I'm sure they're searching for who is that red car. That's what they're looking at.
And then when they say protecting Biden's
granddaughter,
but the granddaughter wasn't there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why would you open fire unless they were open firing on you?
This is why you got to have an investigation. This is one of them stories that if I was to tell it, people would be holes in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People would be asking questions. That's how I feel when I heard it.
I just feel like Secret Service, they're trained, supposed to be the elite. And if they're shooting, they should be hitting their target.
And this is why it's important to read, too, because you see the headline, right? This headline is Secret Service agent protecting Biden's granddaughter opens fire. But y'all telling me that the granddaughter wasn't even
No, she wasn't there. It was just a car. They just was trying to break into the car.
But all of these headlines make it seem like they were protecting the granddaughter. Like the granddaughter was there in the moment.
They were really protecting the Ford Explorer or whatever type of car it was.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they thought they could do something to the Explorer. I don't know. Put something in it. Bomb. I mean, I don't know.
I need a more thorough investigation. Yes.
Well, hopefully the Metropolitan Police Department can give you some more information because that's what they said they're doing. They are investigating, and the facts and evidence in the case will be independently reviewed by the United States Attorney's Office.
Okay.
So we'll see how they work out. They couldn't find crack in the White House, so I don't know.
Now, hold on now. I'm looking at it now in the AP. It says the agents assigned to protect Naomi Biden were out with her in the Georgetown neighborhood late Sunday when they saw the 3 people breaking a window of the park in an unoccupied SUV. So was she with them or not with them? Y'all said she wasn't.
Well, she wasn't in the car.
What car?
Is that what you asked?
The car that they was breaking into. There was no threat to her. That's what they were saying, that they were breaking into a car. There was no threat to the young lady.
Y'all said she wasn't there. That's what I said.
Meaning there, meaning in the car.
Oh, all right.
There was no threat to the young lady. All right, investigator, Inspector Gadget over there.
I just need to see a little more, that's all.
All right, well, that is front page news. We see you out there at the Rock the Bells cruise.
Yes, I'm on a cruise right now, literally rocking back and forth. Wi-Fi company good, didn't want to miss front page news. It's really important.
All right, well, you enjoy. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray!
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live?
Hello, who's this?
This is AJ. How you doing?
AJ, what up? Get it off your chest.
Hey, so I just wanted to speak in reference to the shooting when it comes to Secret Service.
Yes,
so sir. I'm Air Force, and I used to be stationed up that way. So they treat those vehicles as if they're government property. So, like, if you try to steal a government plane, like on a base, they're going to shoot at you because you're going near that property.
Yeah, I'm seeing the details now. They're saying that it was the vehicle was part of the protective detail for President Biden's granddaughter.
Yeah, so they gonna shoot at with you. Can't even really supposed to go near those vehicles.
Damn.
Nah, I get a plane because you could take a plane and crash it to anything, but and the fact that they missed though that's kind of scary too, right? Because they Secret Service. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they tried to miss. Maybe they weren't trying to hit them.
Yeah, I think they were probably it's like those warning shots, just to get you away.
I'm shocked that they let him get away though.
Well, they probably couldn't leave Biden's daughter to apprehend him, so they still got to protect Biden's daughter.
It ain't just them.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a detail.
How many people you think wasn't on that detail? Probably one or two?
Probably three vehicles, 4 vehicles
Three
at least.
vehicles for
Yeah,
buying
normally-
I don't think
You
so.
ever seen have you ever seen a Secret Service detail?
For a granddaughter, though?
Bruh, yes. You don't remember when Hillary Clinton and she was running for president?
That's Hillary Clinton.
It don't matter. She wasn't even an elected official.
That's the
She was just running for president.
Yeah, but that's the president's wife.
It's Secret Service detail. That's the
Yeah, so
president's
she gets her
granddaughter.
own detail too, because she was a ex-president's wife.
Yeah, but when I be seeing Obama's daughter out and about, I don't be seeing the detail.
You ain't supposed to see him, dumbass, but run up on there and watch how many you see. run down on there and watch how many you see. People coming out the trees, out the ground. Okay.
Out the ground, the sewer. Trey, what up, Trey?
What up, man?
Get it off your chest, brother.
Bro, I got this little girlfriend of mine. She be clocking me like she my mother. Always think I'm trying to cheat when I'm just going to the store or something like.
Well, first of all, you can't curse, and second of all, did you cheat before?
Yeah, I cheated before.
Oh, come on.
I tell you what else, too. That little girlfriend of yours is a big girlfriend to somebody else.
Whoa.
You better stop.
Oh, what? Nah, chill.
You can't talk about it like that though. You say your little girlfriend. That ain't what you mean. That's what I say to you when I'm trying to insult you. I see you with your little girlfriend. How you gonna say that about yourself?
That's a fact. You're right. But still though, like she just be always clocking me, accusing me of cheating when I'm literally trying to be faithful. Like she gonna push me to go cheat
Because
again.
you cheated twice, so she gotta watch you, obviously.
Not
That's
that
a
hard,
fact,
sir.
but that's back in the day though, bro.
Oh my goodness.
It's not that hard, sir.
No, not at all.
You violated her
It's not,
trust.
and it's not, and I've been trying to make that trust up, but she just keep on going with it. Like, you gonna forgive me and be with me, or you gonna keep on accusing me? Like, which one we doing?
Not if you keep talking like that. You ain't even give a chance to heal. You cheated twice, and then she asked you questions. You like, just get over it. That ain't gonna work.
Nah, I be trying to be reasonable with it. Like, I get why you accusing me. I get why you feeling how you feel, but at the end of the day, you chose to get back with me.
Trey, when's the last time you cheated, Trey?
Like 5 months ago.
He said mad long ago.
Hey man, Trey, have a blessed day, Trey. Have a blessed day. Nobody got time
It
for
was
this,
mad
Trey.
long ago. How long?
5 months. Like, knock it off, Trey.
Oh my goodness. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Tasha from Savannah. Hey, DJ Izzy.
Hey, Tasha. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you feeling?
Charlamagne to God. I'm doing good.
Peace, Tasha. How are you?
I'm doing well, fellas. I am on the road. I'm on 95, headed to West Palm Beach. I'm up early. I'm never up this early. I called the Breakfast Club and got through, baby.
Hey.
It is.
Oh, well, look at God.
That's right. What you going to West Palm Beach? You on a vacation or what you doing?
Yeah, me and my honey, we meeting up down there, and we're just going to chill down there for a few days, just enjoy the weather and just have a good time.
Okay.
Where you say you going?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm
West
Beach.
Palm Beach.
That's crazy because
Yep.
a lot of people love coming to Savannah and Hilton Head for vacation.
Yes. And I'm leaving there. I'm leaving them. I was about to curse.
I love it. I love it down there.
Well, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I love it too.
Don't have too much fun.
Yeah, I won't. But hey, it's nice that you guys are doing it good. You know, y'all running it very well. Just keep doing what you're doing. I love it, fellas. I'm finally able to listen to y'all on the radio versus on YouTube because I listen to y'all about every day. So
Well, you
keep
listen
up the good
on
work.
94.1 The Beat?
94.1 The Beat for sure.
Salute to 94.1 The Beat in Savannah, Georgia, man.
You have a good one, Tasha. You be safe out there, right?
Hey, have a good day.
You too now. Hello, who's this?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
This is Christy, the bus driver from the Bronx.
Christy, what's up? I ain't see you or hear from you in a long time. You
because
good?
y'all don't answer the phone.
We do answer the phone. You just don't be getting through.
I know. Good morning.
Good
What's
morning.
up, Christy? When we going back on another trip? Last time I seen Christy, we was both heading to the same place.
I'm going to Jamaica next week.
Oh, what's going on in Jamaica?
What goes on in Jamaica stays in Jamaica.
Okay, all right, Christy.
Yo, Boosie almost had me crash my car in Jersey.
Why?
He is funny as hell.
He is.
He is.
Like, I almost crashed my car.
Well, you be safe out there. How the bus driver? Everybody good on the bus? Nobody messing with you on the bus?
No, not this month.
All right.
I guess it's holiday time.
All right, good. Well, we appreciate
You guys enjoy your holiday.
Thank you.
You too.
All right, love you guys. Bye.
Love you back. I ran into Christy in the airport one time, so salute to Christy. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. All right, well, there's more information that came out about Tamar Braxton and Krishan and...
Why ain't no warrants? That's what I'd be wondering. We'll discuss, though.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Stop it, please. You don't even know the lyrics. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes, indeed. 9 Grammy nominations for SZA.
Yeah, salute to SZA. And let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Tamar Braxton.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Now, yesterday we reported about Tamar Braxton performing and her inviting Krishan Rock to come on stage with her. Allegedly, there was an altercation after she performed, and they're saying that her backup singer / hairstylist got punched in the face allegedly.
Oh my God.
And chipped his tooth.
Well, she chipped his tooth.
She chipped his tooth, allegedly. So now Tamar Braxton is actually speaking out of what actually happened.
When I say what happened to him, he got assaulted at my show, and it was by Krishan. Number one, I care about my team. They're all of my friends, and Krishan was definitely someone that I invited, someone that I actually, looked at from afar as like a younger sister. She's from Baltimore. I knew that she was rowdy. I didn't judge her because of that. I felt for her on so many occasions, and I just felt like, this was somebody I wanted to meet to, possibly take under my wing. And so that's really all it was. I didn't call Krishan to open up for me, but when she was in my dressing room, we do a twerk off portion, right? And I was like, it'd be cool if the DJ played as a vibe and you came out and did a vibe like the people, Baltimore sisters. And that's really what I was thinking.
How come we've never seen Krishan Rock in handcuffs? Like all this fighting she supposedly be doing, but never getting locked up. Is it because she's a woman? Is it because folks feel sorry for her? Because mentally and emotionally, you can clearly see that, she's unstable. Like, what is it? Because if she's putting hands on people like this, only one or two things going to happen. She's going to end up in jail, or somebody going to end up hurting her in a real way. And I wonder, why do people keep going to social media with these statements? Go to law enforcement. Tell law enforcement what it is so she can get arrested, because as long as there are no consequences to her actions, she's going to keep going.
Well, I think what happened was, I think somebody said that it didn't happen, so they're saying that it did. Well, we actually hear from the gentleman that got allegedly punched in the face. He was actually at the dentist's office at that time getting his teeth fixed, and he was on live.
This happened to me for no reason. I was attacked for no reason. And they keep telling me don't get on live, but no. Like, all the assumptions and how people feel and what people think they know. I am at the dentist right now. I have to get my teeth fixed. My teeth have to be fixed, and that's what's happening right now. So don't get online saying what didn't happen, it didn't happen. And no, I'm not going to show my face. My face is toe up. So right now, I have to get teeth fixed that someone damaged. The anger or whatever the issue was wasn't towards me. So that's why I'm saying I was attacked for no reason.
Stop going live. I agree. Go to the police. You can go you can go live after you go to the police and go on live and tell everybody you went to the police. But Tamar need to go to the police. What's the person name who got hit?
James Wright.
James Wright need to go to the police. Like go to the police and report these alleged crimes, because that's what they are.
Right.
Well,
Krishan.
And also Tamar said, she embraced Krishan because she was rowdy. Rowdy is cool until she's being rowdy with you and yours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You embrace it and you like it until, that person is being rowdy with you and yours.
I don't think she said she was like it. I think she was saying that she was trying to give her a shot or a chance or trying to kind of be like a bigger sister.
Well, if you want to see how somebody's going to treat you eventually, just watch how they treat other people.
Well, Krishan Rock, of course, she deactivated all her pages, her Instagram and Twitter, so she deactivated everything.
I just don't see why people aren't going to the police to report these alleged crimes.
Now, 50 Cent, he's narrating Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz album together. It's an album teaser. The album is called Welcome to Cali Grove, and we look forward to it. It comes out November 17th, which is this Friday, and here's the teaser.
Let me tell you a story about these two guys that eventually became brothers. You got this kid named Tunchi, some shit like that. Straight out of 17th from New Orleans. Been rich since he was like 13, 14 years old. He came with his own style. They tried to steal his shit. He ended up putting the whole game on his back. Had clientele for years and always had good product. And then you got Slim from the south side of Atlanta. Loved playing basketball. He a real mama's boy. And that's how he got the name Titty Boy. Slicker than a spill of oil. As soon as he got his hands on his first pack and flipped that, he never looked back. And when they met up and devised a plan on how to take over the land, it kind of went like this. Welcome to College Grove.
I love it. I love it. That's dope. That's dope. And you can get that album November 17th. And lastly, Cameron and Mace, they were on $1 Million Worth of Game, and they were talking about this alleged tour we've been hearing about for years. Cameron and Mace were supposed to go on tour. It didn't happen. Well, Wallow was there. He called his man from Live Nation live on the spot, and hopefully we'll get this tour.
On the bus is a promoter named Antonio from Virginia who was putting this tour together. I don't know if he was saying he was on the hook for a lot of the arenas they were doing. So I don't know if he was like in the sales or he wasn't getting the money he's supposed to get. More of the story is he put it together and it didn't pan out the way it's supposed to go. A lot of people be like, because they know Mace will leave. So a lot of hit me like, yo, Mace, I knew it wouldn't last, this, that, and the third. I'm like, nah, this wasn't Mace. This shit ain't go through.
Hey, Sean G.
What's up?
Sean, this I got Mace and I got Cameron right here, right now. And this Sean G, president of Live Nation Urban. I said, what's up with the tour with them?
I would put him on tour tomorrow.
All right, so listen, what about Roots Picnic next year?
I was searching around to see who booked him. I used to book Mace directly with himself, but somebody told me Calendar at UGA book Cam. I've been searching around because I want to do the podcast live at Roots Picnic, and I want to potentially put a music set together with both of them. So.
Love it.
Yeah, salute to my guy Wallow, man. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Connect the dots for people.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know why people hold on to information. Information is to be shared. You know, why do people hold on to connects? You know, pass the plug. If you're going to connect the dots, if you can connect the dots,
that's right.
Connect them. Like everybody wants to score points when you should be thinking about, leading the league in assists.
That's right.
So salute to my guy Wallow. Drop on a clues bomb for Wallow, man.
I love it.
And salute to Sean G, too. Salute to Cam, Mace, Gilly, everybody eating. You notice that the people who are like winning are collaborating with each other.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all the folks that's not winning like you think they are, want to compete with everybody.
That's correct.
You know what I mean? All the people that are succeeding are collaborating.
Absolutely. And that is your rumor report. All right. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Tezlyn Figaro will be joining us, and Black Thought will be in the building. He has a new book. We're going to kick it with him, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Welcome back, Tez.
Yes, absolutely. Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy.
Tez is living it up. I just seen a video online where you chilling with Too Short, and you chilling on that Rock the Bells cruise.
Yes, I am chilling and working. Notice my dedication to still tap in to do the front page news. The most important thing of the day. But yeah, I'm having a really good time.
Now, is LL Cool J there? I know that's his cruise. Is LL there?
I'm hoping he is. They didn't say if he was or not, but people are hoping that maybe he's a surprise guest. So we'll see.
One of the first hip hop cruises. I love it. Now let's jump right into the news. Now yesterday the Broncos beat the Bills 24-22. Now they're saying Aaron Rodgers, all the Jets fans, he's trying to come back mid-December.
It's not happening. Like, where's this silly ass rumor coming from, man? He got an Achilles injury. Like, no, that don't happen.
But what about what Kobe did? Remember when Kobe, they said he was going to be out for a long time? He went to like overseas or did some blood thing where they mixed the blood and put it back in your system or something.
Kobe
like
was still out for a year. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just asking. They thought he was going to be out longer, but he came back faster.
No, a year.
Who was they?
About right. Yeah, I don't know who they is.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. All right. Well, we'll see. I'm a Giants fan, so it is what it is, man. All right, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the Mississippi man that was buried without the family's knowledge.
Yeah, remember we talked about this. Attorney Crump called into the show and explained, what happened with Dexter Wade. Well, there was an update. Now, just to refresh everyone's memory, that is the guy that died after being hit by a police SUV. by an off-duty officer. He was buried and did not let the mother know. Well, his body was exhumed on yesterday, and once again, they screwed over this family, guys. They did not notify the family, they give them the correct time. While Dexter Wade's remains were released on Monday, his family said officials failed to honor the agreed-upon time approved by the county attorney for exhuming the body. It happened hours before it was supposed to happen, so the family is pissed because once again, they took something from her. Let's listen to Mrs. Wade, what she had to say.
Y'all done took him out the ground. Y'all put him in the ground without my permission. So I don't have no permission. This how the system works. Is this what I'm living in? And I'm living in Mississippi. And this what I got to deal with? That I don't even matter.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. You know, we always say that, you know, people should be able to rest in peace, but it's not just the person that's passed away. You know, what about, you know, the person's family? You know, the person's family needs peace of mind, too. You can't have peace of mind if you got to constantly go through this. Like, just listen to what she said. You buried him, you dug his body up, buried him again. Like, damn, yo.
Well, they are doing an independent autopsy to see, you know, what happened with Mr. Wade. They certainly don't want to just take the police's word for it, but that is just absolutely disrespectful. You know, not have that family, you know, be able to be there. The minister was there, you know, wanted to be there, you know, as to show some type of decency and respect. So this is just sad to hear all the way around.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's talk about Hyundai.
Yeah, just want to give an update on this. You know, we hear a lot about strikes and people want to know what happens after it. So this is a win for those that did go on strike. Automaker Hyundai joined Honda and Toyota in raising factory worker wages after United Auto Workers reached their agreement with Detroit automakers. They said it will raise the factory workers' pay by 25% in 2028, matching the general wage increase won by the UAW during that period. So about 146,000 members are voting on new contracts with General Motors as well, Ford and Jeep, which will give them a 25% raise over the next 4 years. So this is a good thing. When cost of living is factored in, workers will get about 33% raise. So just some good news on, you know, what actually happens after the strike, you know, happens. They'll be able to get these companies up the pay.
Word. Happy for the auto workers, man.
That's right.
Salute to y'all.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Tiz.
Absolutely.
And make sure you subscribe to Teslin Figaro's podcast. It's Great Shot No Chaser podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. And follow at Teslin Figaro on all social media platforms.
All right. Now, when we come back, Black Thought will be joining us. His new book, The Upcycled Self, is out today. And we're going to be kicking it with him when we come back. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
The brother Black Thought. Welcome back.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
How you feeling?
Legendary Black Thought.
I'm great. I feel great this morning, man.
You put out a amazing book.
Thank you, brother.
Called The Upcycled Self.
The Upcycled
Uncycled
Self.
Self. No, Upcycled Self.
Upcycled Self. Yeah, yes, sir.
What does that title mean?
You know, essentially it's about, you know, putting those parts of ourselves, of our past, you know what I'm saying, that are no longer going to serve us or no longer going to serve us in the same way to a different use, you know what I'm saying, to a better use, right? So that's what it's about, really. It's a self-help memoir of sorts.
Yeah, the art of becoming who we are. I always wonder, why did it take us so long to discover who we actually are?
I mean, you know, it's a process. You know what I mean? It's valleys and peaks, and I think it's you know, you arrive at an understanding of who you are, you know, over time. So it's really no shortcut. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that think you can go from A to Z, but you got to go B, C, D, E, F, G first. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Yeah.
And it teaches you too that, you know, everything is parallel. Like, there's really nothing behind you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this book is about that too. It's about, you know, accepting the present, you know what I mean, and just, you know, living, being more intentional about your presence. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Did you get a chance to deal with all the trauma before you put it in this book, or was it some of it was releasing that trauma by writing this book?
Yeah, a lot of the trauma, you know, it was addressed during the process, you know, and that's what made it, you know, just like this was my therapy. It was really, you know, a cathartic sort of experience, and more so than I'd expected. I mean, you know your history, right? But when it's laid out there, you know what I mean, when you have it on the cue cards, and you know what I mean, and you're reading it, you know, in a linear sort of way. I mean, it just hits different, man. It hits differently. And there was something that my co-author Jasmine Martin was able to employ, like a tool she was able to use during this process that it really hit me hard when I was reading one of the final drafts of the book. And it was, you know, she was able to speak. There's an aside section where you hear, you know, my mother, like you hear my mother's perspective. And the way she was able to, you know, just to approximate my mother's perspective in her voice, that's what really, really hit me hard in the process. You know?
Did you ever question your faith as a kid growing up? Because you talk about so much death in your life and all the stuff that you've been through. Did you ever say, you know what, does this really exist? Is there really a God or whoever you believe in? Did you ever question your faith at all?
I did, yeah. There's definitely been times, you know, when I've questioned my faith, you know, or I mean, just on the existential tip, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a God, you know, how could all of this, you know, loss and trauma and death, you know, exist? It's some of the stuff that I write about. How was the world this ugly if you made it in your image?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of my bars from a song called Dear God. But yeah, to answer your question, definitely.
Now, how did you get that back? And the reason I ask is, if you don't know, when you read the book, you'll find out that you lost your father at a young age. You lost your mom at a young age as well.
Both
of
them murdered.
Yeah, murder victims.
So how did you get that faith back?
Through the arts, visual art, which was my gateway, you know, into music. And that's what really saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It was a game changer that I would have been on I was already on it. I was on that path. And, you know, me meeting Questlove when I did, which, you know, I talk about in the book, and just getting on that musical trajectory of the arts is what really saved me.
Now, I know you was a baby when your father was tragically murdered, but you was a teenager when your mother was. Were you able to process that pain in the moment, or was that something that you dealt with as you got older?
Yeah, I think it's something that I'm still dealing with. I definitely was not able to process it in the moment. You know, no matter how hard I tried, right? You know, I wanted to feel all the emotion that you would expect one to feel when you experience that sort of loss. But I mean, for me, it was I mean, it took forever before I was even able to shed a tear about, you know, my mother's murder. You know, and I think it's just because there was so many layers of callous and scar tissue to sort of work through, and that's what this book is about. It's about that armor that, you know, at one point in time it might serve as a defense mechanism. It might, you know, protect you. But as we move through life and you get into different spaces, you start to interact with different people, and you know, you in these different dynamics. They no longer serve us in the same way.
What about vengeance and revenge? Like, how do you ultimately let that go?
I mean,
it did you.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like I have. It's that was just a wise move. I think I definitely came to understand as a young person when I was still a teenager that you know, holding on to negative energy in that way, you know, it's as detrimental to, you know, the beholder as it is to whoever you're trying to project it upon. So yeah, I've never really sat with you know, the whole vengeance in that way. You know what I mean? As far like in my dad's case, it was never a solved murder. But in my mom's case, you know, they apprehended someone shortly after, and you know, we went through the trial and everything, and you know, he received the sentence, and then there was a mistrial of it all, and we had to sit through it again. So I sat through my mother's murder trial twice.
Damn.
You know, and but in that, you know, once it was done, it was something that I had to let go of. You know what I mean? In order for me to be able to move forward. So. And
you still had love for Philly, regardless of everything that happened.
Yeah,
that got to be tough too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I absolutely have love. You know, for Philadelphia. That's the place that made me. But you know, it's one of those. You know, it can make you, it can break you. You know what I mean? And it's the city of brotherly love. That love has always been a tough love. You know.
All right, we got more with Black Thought. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Black Thought. Charlamagne?
Is there anything you learned about your parents writing this book that you previously didn't know, especially your father?
There's not much that I really learned about my father that hadn't already been told to me. But one thing that I really had to deal with in writing this book was I had to just sit with the level of grace that my mother had extended to me as a young person. I burned the house down at the age of 6, which is sort of where the book begins. And I just knew I was in for it. I thought I was in trouble, and you know what I mean, just guilt, and all those feelings were sort of bubbling, like running through my body. And my mom came home. Obviously, her only concern was, if everybody was safe, right? And yeah, just the grace that she extended at that time, and it was just really surprising. You know what I mean? And it was a beautiful thing, and it just gave me a different sort of insight into who she was. And in retrospect, you know what I mean, now, as an adult, just to go back and relive it, it just gave me a different take on my mother as a person,
And you understood the magnitude of what happened at the age of 6?
I don't know that I really understood the magnitude of it. I knew I'd done something that, there was no turning back from, you know what I'm saying? It was something that I couldn't undo. And it felt, super serious. But I think in that moment, I just shut down. Like, that was my, my knee-jerk response. My reflex was I just shut down. And, I walked down the stairs like there wasn't a fire upstairs, and yeah, I guess it gives you a different insight, too, into your children, right?
I was going to ask
how they move. Yeah.
And so do you give that grace to your kids? Because, as a parent,
yeah.
A lot of times when your kids do something, the first reaction is to get mad, to get upset, and you want to scold them so they don't do it again. But you got to go back to when you were 6, and you did something way worse than I'm sure any of your kids have ever done.
Yeah.
So how does that affect how you parent your kids?
It absolutely does, and it's something that I just have to remain mindful of. Because in the moment it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? I remember a couple years ago, my son he did something like where I think he left the water running like for a long time up in one of the bathrooms. Long story short, the ceiling of a whole room in my house wound up falling through, and it was tens of thousands of dollars in damage, and long insurance claim, and we were jacked up for a long time because of it. But yeah, in that moment, it's like, that's when I have to be mindful of that grace. But I definitely got to catch myself, because I'm also a disciplinarian, So,
are you a disciplinarian like the older people that raised us? Because I always wondered there was a fine line for what we received as kids.
You
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, between discipline and abuse.
If you grew up in 1970 something, boy, Lord have mercy.
It's a delicate balance. You know what I'm saying? I've never been team spare the rod. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more lenient now, and more. I extend more grace now. I'm more forgiving now, than ever.
What makes you feel like now is the time to write a memoir? When somebody approaches you and they say, "Hey, we'd love for you to write a memoir," you got to open up and probably reveal things you probably never revealed. What made you want to do it now?
Just because I was excited for that in the process, right? I was excited to, like what that experience might hold for me. You know what I'm saying? Just being open, accessible, and vulnerable in a way that I hadn't before in my art. Hip hop is founded upon so much, machismo and braggadocio, and just larger than life, winner takes all. That sometimes it gets exhausting. You know what I mean? When you've done that, when you've had to put up, such a like a one-dimensional perspective of yourself and of your art and of your identity, for such a long time. Sometimes it's they say that about people who lie, right? You tell a lie for a long time, and then it's like, when the truth shall set you free, right? So this is that sort of thing playing out for me. And I would meet fans who've been rocking with me for such a long time, and they would say, for all the roots music that, I've acquired, and all your lyrics I know front to back, I still feel as though I don't know, Black Thought. I don't know Tariq Trotter as a person. And that's always been by design, just because of, my introversion. So I felt like at this stage of my career, in Act 3 of whatever it is that I'm doing as a creative, you know what I'm saying? I've passed that threshold of 50 years, so this is the only place sort of left to go is within myself. as an artist. So this is sort of the final frontier, and it's something I've always held near and dear because I'm so private. So I've been really possessive and private with my story. But I feel like now at this point in time, just with as many people who have followed me and who look up to me, and the idea of being a role model of it all, I think this is the time in which it would be of the most value and serve the most people. So
as an artist, the memoir unlocks something that music hasn't.
Yeah, it has for me.
Okay,
it has for me. I've been able to just tap into telling my story in a different way.
Mm-hmm. I love this line. Our lives are a response to the call of our childhoods.
Yeah.
What does that line mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's about having to go through it to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Essentially.
Mm-hmm. Why we always got to go through it? Why black people got to go through it?
We're not the only ones that got to go
That's
through
true.
it. Yeah, we're not the only ones that got to go through it. But I think that's what it speaks to. It's about a wisdom that you can only arrive at. You know what I mean? Like it's about a journey to that wisdom, and sometimes it's about being wise enough to realize that the journey is just gonna take you back to where you began.
I love reading memoirs now because I love to hear how people cope with their inner child, because I do not know why the older you get, it feels like your inner child is crying out for more and more help, and especially when you do start doing the work, when you do start going to therapy, sitting with spiritual leaders, dealing with plant-based whatever it is, it's like your inner child just starts screaming out for help.
Well, they talk about our emotional response to just things in the world, and how the way we respond to things is something that we usually develop before the age of 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it requires a conscious effort, you know what I mean, in order to train your body, to condition yourself to respond to the world, to respond to any sort of stimuli in a different way than you would as a child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what they call the work. So this is part of that. This is me doing my work to work through my shit. And it's the beginning of it. This book is only this is me as a young person. This by the end of the book, I think I'm in high school.
Right up.
All right, well, don't move. We got more with Black Thought when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Black Thought. I was going to ask with the Roots. When you guys created the Roots, when did y'all start making money? And the reason I ask is because it was new.
Yeah.
Like when the Roots came out, it was something that hip hop hasn't seen on that platform or respected on that platform.
Yeah.
So when did the Roots finally break through and was like, nah, this is hip hop's band?
I want to say around 2006 or so.
Was it hard to always, break into a market, sell it to a promoter? Because I just remember the Roots so early on, and just like, this is just so different. And sometimes in hip hop, different is hard to break through.
It was very hard for us. It was, super difficult to because we didn't really look or sound or feel like anything else that was happening. So it was a lot of we always had to prove ourselves, right? And it took so long for us to even break even financially, and that's something that just came over time. Just paying those dues on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like you start at one point touring, and then you're able to sort of get your stock up just through when you keep coming back. You know what I mean? So we were able to sort of build on that relevance, and it was wild. It was like when we finally hit a point, 06, 07. Where we felt like, all of these years of 200 plus days on the road started to pay off. That's when, there was a whole seismic shift in the way people started to receive, people were receiving music and, concert tickets and all that thing. It was, we went through a revolution with streaming and that whole thing. So, and then that's when the Tonight Show opportunity presented itself, and that's what made it make sense. It was like, we had just finally reached we hit a stride, and everything was changing, So, that in that uncertainty, the consistency of the day job and that platform that it would represent, it looked really good.
Was there a particular moment? Was it Jay-Z using y'all a lot, or like was it a particular moment that caused that shift?
When we started to make some bread.
Yeah.
It was
and get recognized by enough to where the Tonight Show was like, yo, I want that to be.
I think it was just over time, man. We've been around for blessed enough to have been around for such a long time that you know, a good example is, you know, there's a festival that takes place in Denmark, in Copenhagen, every year. It's called Roskilde. And, you know, we started playing at Roskilde before we were even, you know, allowed on the actual festival grounds. Like, we were, you know, 2 tents, you know, out on the main strip, right? And, you know, we worked our way up from, you know, the outskirts to the tent, you know, right on the borderline to, you know, third and fourth stages, until we came back and we were able to headline, you know, it was the Roots and Bruce Springsteen co-headlining.
That's dope.
You know, but yeah, that was over, you know what I'm saying, many years. And it's like, Roskilde isn't like, we've done that around the world, you know what I mean? Just because we've been able to keep up appearances. So, I guess we just paid our dues, you know? Yeah, and then once we got, you know, we got into late night and we started doing that thing, it definitely represented a change in our career where we haven't been able to tour in that same way. So, everything that we had done up until that point, it's just been a blessing. And this is the sort of thing where we probably had taken it for granted and thought we'd be able to do it forever, but, you know, here we are. And now, it's just more of a blessing and just a greater opportunity when we do get to go out and still touch the fans in that way.
Now, when you decided to write about the altercation you had with Questlove, back in the 90s, did you have to ask him if you could speak on that?
No, I didn't have to ask him because he written about it in one of his books before.
Gotcha.
And it's the sort of thing that, you know, like, that's my brother, so I mean, I know if it's good or not, you know.
And also, it's like, to me, those are the best relationships.
Oh yeah.
If you can fight and then get over it. Yeah. Hey man.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Family.
And you know, it really takes. It takes love for somebody to get you that upset, right? You know what I mean? Only my loved ones have ever really been able to get me that riled up, right? So there's something in that. But you know, we were all kids at that point.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm an adult, so I would have dealt with that situation in a completely different way.
How long did y'all not speak?
I mean, we lived together. Maybe we didn't speak for the train ride home, but it's like, you know, once we got back to the flat,
had to talk.
we had to talk.
Right.
There's no escaping.
And how was that? That had to be uncomfortable, awkward. Or it was like, bro.
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, it was awkward. It was uncomfortable. You know, it's the sort of thing that I would laugh about, you know, almost most immediately. Like, that's just where I come from. You know what I'm saying? You get into a little thing, you know, we settle it, and then it's funny. But yeah, in Amir's case, it just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Funny, you're like, nah, that it wasn't funny. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, we were able to, you know, obviously move past it. And I think, yeah, we're stronger for it. People ask me about, you know, how we remained together and worked together and, you know, been business partners on so many different levels for such a long time. And I think it's because we got shit like that out of the way, you know, like early on, and we're able to, you know, just focus on the art and the business, you know, for many years.
Chapter 12, doing the work.
Yeah.
What kind of work do we need to do to find out who we really are? Like, what works for Black Thought?
I think, you know, it's confronting. It's confronting, you know, our demons, you know, head on. And this, like I said, this represents the beginning of me, you know, doing a lot of that work. But yeah, there's still, you know, very, very far more to go.
Was it therapy? Was it?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Couples therapy, you know, therapy, you know, for myself, therapy for my children. You know, these are the sort of things, these are the sort of tools that are at our disposal to embrace. And, you know, when it's good, it's great. You know what I'm saying? So I try to utilize all that.
Oh yeah, I'm a big proponent of therapy.
Absolutely.
Could you be Black Thought without being from Philly?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I think, you know, so much of who I am, you know, so much of my identity is associated with my Philadelphian-ness. You know? Yeah, and it's the sort of place that I had to grow up. You know, Black Thought, I couldn't have been Black Thought if I hadn't been working, you know, as long as I have. And you know, I got a job in second grade. That was a very Philadelphian thing, right? Yeah. So I don't think the balance of, you know, the love, but that tough love, I don't think I would have been able to receive that, you know, from any other community.
And the name Black Thought.
Yeah.
Where exactly did that derive from?
It derived from you know, my time as a visual artist, and you know, just dealing with paints and you know, just the color palette. I realized that, so much more went into, arriving at the color black, you know what I mean, than one would think. There's so many different nuances and colors, other colors that go into, arriving at the color black. So that's sort of what it began as. And over time, it's evolved into something, that has taken far greater meaning, both, I guess, to me and to, to people who support me. So, at the time, I didn't think I wasn't thinking of Black Thought as the concept of a people. You know what I'm saying? But that's sort of what it's come to mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, man, Black Thought's book, man.
That's right.
The Upcycled Self.
The Upcycled Self.
Yes.
We appreciate you for joining us. And what do you want people to get out of this book? If they can get one thing out of it, what do you want them to get out of this book?
If one person is able to see themselves, better understand themselves or better understand, their path, their lived experience, if this is going to be, an entree into someone else being able to start to work through their stuff and, shed some of those layers of armor that are no longer useful. You know what I mean? Those layers of callus and scar tissue. Then it's a win. And I've already, experienced that. I've already had some of those conversations. So I feel this book has already been helpful.
All right.
And y'all didn't get nominated for a Grammy this year, did you?
I did. I got nominated for a Grammy a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Black Thought.
Oh, the album.
Yeah, acapella, not even with a beat.
Wow.
Just the voice.
Okay. Love it.
Bars.
Wow.
Yeah. Love letter to hip hop. Yeah.
How did that feel?
It feels awesome. It felt awesome. And
it's your first solo.
Yeah, like in that moment, I didn't really realize it until my homies started telling me, like, yeah, it was wild. Like, this is your first Grammy nomination. You know what I mean? Like, outside of the roots. And then another homie hit me and was like, yo, it'd be wild if you win this joint. Like, that's a flex. You ain't even need music. So I was like, yeah. And I started. I sat with it like, all right, yeah.
You wrote some bars for that just to get over
there.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Do you still? I don't want to say need it, but do you like that type of validation?
I do. I still appreciate that sort of validation. You know what I mean? That's not what I do it for, but it definitely I mean it feels it's great to be recognized. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, it's Black Thought. We appreciate you. Pick up his book, The Upcycled Self. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hello. Hi. Oh, the mic's on.
Mic's on.
Oh.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors.
Hold on. I want to say something real quick.
What's
I want to say to everybody in my hometown of Moncks Corner, South Carolina, I'm doing my 10th annual turkey giveaway this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. At Berkeley High School in the student parking lot, okay? So from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., pull up and get your free bird. You know how we do every year for the past 10 years. So this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., Berkeley High School student parking lot, my 10th annual turkey giveaway.
That's right. Well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Andre 3000.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Well, Andre 3000 announced 50 minutes ago that his new album, New Blue Sun, will be coming out this Friday, November 17th. You excited?
It's not a rap album though, so don't get too excited.
It's not a rap album?
No, it's not a rap album.
What kind of album is it?
I believe it's instrumentals, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it says, right?
It says it has no bars and no boundaries.
Yeah. So I believe it's instrumentals. I'm not mad at it though. And the reason I'm not mad at it is because Andre 3000 owes us nothing and has given us everything. We know who Andre 3000 is. Would people love to hear a hip-hop solo album from Andre 3000? Of course we would. Would we accept that with open arms? Of course we would. But I'm down to hear whatever, art Andre 3000 puts out.
I don't know.
I don't care.
It's Andre 3000.
Man.
That's like Jay putting out an album and just saying, I'm just going to put out instrumentals. Or I'm just going to do ad-libs.
What if he's playing? If he's playing the music, why wouldn't I listen to Jay do that? Once again, Jay-Z is another person who's given us everything and owes us nothing. Whatever they choose to do creatively at this point in the game, I don't care.
I mean, I respect it. I love Andre 3000, and I know he walks around with that flute and plays the flute everywhere. I've seen him in the city playing the flute one time, but I love that.
He's given us everything.
But I want to hear some
He owes
bars
us
from Andre
nothing.
3000. Andre 3000 gets busy.
Well, guess what? There's plenty of albums you can go listen to. You can go listen to Aquemini. You can go listen to 7 Playlisted Cadillac Music. Okay, there's plenty of Outkast albums that he's given us that you can go listen to if you want to hear some bars. Okay? You can play the Walk It Out remix right now if you want to. If you want to right now, you can play it if you want to hear some Andre 3000 bars.
All right, well, that comes out this Friday, so we'll check for that. Now, B5, you know who B5 is, right?
That's an elevator. That's a floor in a building.
No. Remember when Diddy had the pop band B5? You got any B5 music? Can you play a little bit?
You know, they were like a boy band.
Well, remember when Diddy was up here talking about giving artists back their publishing? You got that clip when he was up here?
It was more of me just evolving as a businessman. You know, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the right thing to do. And if it wasn't for like these people that, you know, have helped me with all of these records, everybody, if there's anything, you know what I'm saying, like that, you know, just doing the right thing. That's just with the frequency that I'm in. And so that was done 2 years ago. So it's not like
2 years ago you gave him the post.
2 years, yeah. 2 years ago I had it signed, and then the lawyers had to work everything out because it's not an easy thing.
Well, B5 was on the We in Miami podcast, and they said they didn't get none of their publishing rights.
Diddy was in the news for his decision to return publishing rights to Bad Boy artists. Did B5 benefit from that?
That's a discussion. We didn't hear anything. We didn't get no calls or nothing like that from that. But with a camera, yeah. Puff, Diddy, yeah. We want our publishing too. We were so young at the time. We didn't understand the business of it. But you know, now it's like looking back, it's like damn, like. You know, why our names wasn't on the credits? You know what I mean? Why, where the percentages at? Where the pub at? You know what I mean?
Back then, you know, we were 13, 14, 15. There was really no one to step in place and be like, yo, like, where's the split sheets at? Like, make sure he gets this percentage, you know what I mean?
Maybe Diddy forgot. B5 was on Bad Boy. Listen, I'm sure Diddy will return to publishing when he remembers B5 was on Bad Boy. We just reminded everybody.
No disrespect to B5, but I don't remember any B5 records.
I am almost positive that, you know, when they're sitting around and they're talking about, you know, Bad Boy artists and who should get what, I guarantee you B5 is like, oh, don't forget about B5. I promise you. So listen, yeah, now that they've remembered, give B5 their publishing back too.
All right.
I wonder who owns their publishing. It had to be like somebody as an adult because they were kids. So there had to be an adult that owned it. They couldn't own it, right?
And this is no disrespect to B5. And every time you say no disrespect, that means disrespect. But is B5 publishing worth anything? Because I don't remember them having a huge record or a huge hit. And I could just not know because I wasn't a B5 fan, but I just don't know if the value of that publishing.
I have no idea.
And especially split with the members.
I have no idea.
And lastly, I just want to say Patti LaBelle and Cardi B have joined forces for a new holiday campaign. Whip Shots and Patty's Good Life. They're going to come together for the holiday season. So you can go out there and get some of the stuff. And Patti LaBelle will actually be at NASDAQ this morning ringing the bell. You got audio?
Oh my God. First time meeting you. Is that I'm going to feed you. Yes. We're going to try your whip shots with my patty pie.
Let's do pumpkin.
Pumpkin for sweet potato.
Because I don't know, they have sex together. They make love together. Okay. And this one you gotta trust me on this one. and this one you gotta at least trust me for what? Like I
trust you.
I know I'm the best cook in the world.
That's why
I
we're
can
partners, because I trust you, boo.
Yeah.
Okay, hit it.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And you see, and the colors
the
match.
color.
Yeah.
Mm.
I knew it.
Oh.
I knew it.
You were right.
That sweet potato pie tastes like a hug.
That's right.
It is a
hug. That's right.
It's a hug in your mouth.
Ooh. Drop on the clues bomb for Miss Patty.
Okay, a hug in your mouth.
Patty. Yes, sweet potato pie does feel like a hug in your mouth. People eat pumpkin pie in real life. Nobody eat pumpkin pie in real life, right? That's just for holidays. That's just for like decoration, like garnish. It's like the garnish that comes on the plate. People talk about pumpkin pie and they show it to you around this time of year, but don't nobody really eat pumpkin pie, do they? It's all about the sweet potato.
I'm not a pie lover.
Oh my God! Well, you just white. But even white people like apple pie.
I don't do apple pies. I don't do apple pies from McDonald's. I don't do pumpkin pie. I don't do sweet potato pie.
You just be wanting to be different for no reason.
I do cheesecake.
But you be wanting to be different for all the wrong reasons.
I do cheesecake. I'm from New York. I do cheesecake.
What that got to do with New York? You
New York is huge for cheesecake.
So nobody in New York likes pies?
I don't know, but
of course they like pies.
I like cheesecake.
I'm from New York. Everybody wants to put stuff on New York. I'm from New York. We don't eat pies.
I eat cheesecake.
The only pie we eat is pizza.
I eat Entenmann's pound cake.
Man, shut up.
I eat Glaze.
Drop one of Clues Bombs with sweet potato pie. By the way, we don't care if you don't eat pie. You don't know what you miss. Okay? Sweet potato pie for the win all day, every day.
Okay.
All right?
All right. And that is your rumor report. Now, who you giving your donkey to?
Before after the hour, let's talk bored niggas. Okay? You heard what the hell I said. We'll discuss.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Don't be out here acting like a donkey.
Hee-haw, bitch. Hee-haw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy. I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal.
I know Charlamagne guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey?
That donkey. That donk.
Donkey of the Day, right here.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, November 14th. It is November 14th, right? Yes. Goes to Robert Stokes and Charnel Gunn of Atlanta, Georgia. This story today is a prime example of why an idle mind is the devil's workshop, you know? I was having a conversation recently with Uncle Ruckus. Drop one of Clues Bombs for Uncle Ruckus. Yes, Uncle Ruckus from Whitcrest. He's a real person. And Uncle Ruckus told me, and I quote, "Not too many things more dangerous on this planet than a bored nigga." Okay, only thing more dangerous than one bored nigga is two bored niggas. And that's exactly what Robert Stokes and Charnel Gunn are. Two bored niggas who clearly don't have anything better to do because on Monday, they set fire to an apartment complex called The Reserve at La Vista. For no reason other than sheer boredom. Let's go to WSB Channel 2 for the report, please.
We now know investigators believe fireworks sparked the first flames that grew through this apartment complex, eating through entire rows of units, leaving hundreds homeless.
November, fireworks, not a holiday.
I live on the 4th floor. I heard a big bang. I showed people who lived here the mug shots of the two people police say lit the fireworks on the rooftop of the apartment building, Charnel Gunn and Robert Stokes. The complex is called the Reserve at La Vista Walk. The alarms started sounding around 10:30 Friday night.
Banging door, get out. It's a fire. There's a fire.
Outside, Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shearbaum told us one of his officers lives here and lost all of his belongings and his cat. We continue to meet new people on the street who lost everything. Some, like Miles Wilson, were trying to find a place to go through the Red Cross, pointing out the two jailed for doing this have a roof and bed tonight, unlike them.
That was definitely a poor decision. Them displacing all these people out of their homes now is a travesty. I mean, to say the least.
Fireworks, Roman candles, sparklers, cherry bombs. Friday wasn't no damn holiday. Wasn't 4th of July. Wasn't Kwanzaa. New Year's Eve is still a couple of months away. Was y'all doing a gender reveal? This had to be a gender reveal. Was y'all shooting fireworks to celebrate the fact that you're going to eat good next week? What the hell were two grown-ass humans born in the 1900s doing on top of a roof shooting fireworks? I already told you what's the reason. Boredom. Okay, boredom is simply the desire for desires. All right, these two desired to do something, and since they had nothing else to do, they decided to go shoot fireworks on the roof. I thought to myself, what drug could they have possibly been on? And then it dawned on me, probably none. If they had drugs to do, then they wouldn't be doing this. This is just cartoon-level mischief. All right, this is Bart Simpson in Millhouse. This is Ren and Stimpy. This is Pinky and the Devil Damn Brain. Do y'all have jobs? Huh? If not, it's the holidays, okay? You can get you a little seasonal temporary job at Target. All right, I did my research this morning, and by research, I mean Google. It's a lot of seasonal temp jobs in Atlanta. Ferragamo hiring, Burlington, Crate and Barrel, Jimmy Jazz, Armani. Oh, if it's work, you can find some, all right? If you want work, you can find some work. But y'all don't want to work. Y'all want to shoot fireworks, okay? 28 people displaced with major damage to the apartment complex's upper floors. 17 people treated for smoke inhalation and other non-life-threatening injuries. And if that's not enough, you heard on the news report, one cat dead. Okay? You bored niggas killed a cat. Do you understand the levels of niggatry that have to be achieved in order for you to kill something that has 9 lives? I'm dead serious when I say this, okay? So many problems get caused because of boredom. We in a world where people are more connected than they have ever been, but still can't find anything to do. How about read? Pick up a book. Black Thought was just here. You can read his book, okay? Read an article about something you're into. Just stimulate your brain in some way, shape, or form. Hey, man, how about get some rest? Okay, whenever you think about, wanting to do something stupid, just go to sleep. Okay, one of y'all said, hey, let's go shoot some fireworks on the roof. The other should have said, nah, let's take a nap. I promise you rest helps, okay? Makes you recharge your brain, all right? You got to find a balance between structured activities and intimate rest time, all right? It'll increase your creative thinking. Get outdoors. Okay, I don't mean outside on the roof to shoot fireworks. Go walk around the park. Take your shoes off, okay? Walk through some grass. Do some grounding. Go put your back to a tree, all right? Play spades, Uno, Connect Four. How about sit around and just reminisce? Tell each other stories. All I'm simply saying is it's a million other things to do that don't put people's lives in danger and won't end with you having charges of first-degree criminal damage to property and reckless conduct. I promise you, man. I get on this radio every day and I be trying not to use the N-word, but it's hard not to use the N-word. It's like a full-time job not to use the N-word, especially when niggas be nigging like this. Trust niggas to nig, but don't trust them with nothing else. Uncle Ruckus, take us home.
It's Uncle Ruckus, no relation. I want to sing y'all a brand new song I just wrote called Don't Trust Them New Niggas Over There. Sing along if you know the words.
Sing it!
Don't trust them new niggas over there.
Okay.
Leaving they nigga essence in the air.
Oh.
Them happy, nappy head niggas with the fingers on the trigger. Don't trust them new niggas over there. Don't trust them big nostrils over yonder. They suck up so much air it'll make
you wonder.
Don't trust them new niggas with their spotty little nigga figure. Don't trust them new niggas over there.
Please give Robert Stokes and Charnel Gunn the biggest hee-haw.
We have definitely reached our nigga quota for today.
Never. It's never gonna be a nigga quota. I wish it was. Been tired of niggas. Been long time ago.
All right.
Long time ago.
Shout out to BET. Good luck with all those bleeps. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Everybody else, all right, let's shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off.
I feel better. I feel much better.
All right, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Now, if you had a child or you have a child and you knew your child was cheating on his girlfriend or you knew your child was cheating on his boyfriend, would you snitch on him? Now, this conversation I'm going to tell you, this conversation is coming from Summer Walker.
You got to lead with that.
And
I be thinking something wrong with you.
Would you let me finish, please?
No.
That's your problem. You won't let me finish.
Because you start stupid.
I want to start how I want to start.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I think we've proven.
Shut up. Now, this conversation comes from Summer Walker and JT, and this is what happened during their conversation.
And yes. And then Summer got two boys. I can only imagine two same age, same time. Like imagine your two twin sons and two girls in your house. She just looked at me like,
I'm not tripping because I know that I'm not one of them delusional ass mamas. Like, I am gonna make sure that they always keep it a buck. You can do whatever you want to do, but you always gonna keep it a buck. And hey, even if you think that you're gonna get older and you cute and you're gonna get slick and you think you're gonna be cheating and running around, I'm calling her.
Oh my God.
You would tell her. That was my
So the question is 800-585-1051. If you knew your son or daughter was cheating, would you tell on them? Summer Walker said yes, she would snitch. JT from City Girl said nope, she would never. So that is the question. 800-585-1051. Charlamagne.
Why would I tell on them?
Let's talk
I would
about
have a conversation with them. Why would I tell on them to their significant other? That don't make any sense to me.
Let's talk about it when we come back. All right, it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about a conversation Summer Walker and JT from the City Girls had about if they found out that their kids were cheating on their girlfriends. Let's listen.
And yes. And then Summer got two boys. I can only imagine two same age, same time. Like imagine your two twin sons and two girls in your house. She just looked at me like,
I'm not tripping because I know that I'm not one of them delusional ass mamas. Like, I am gonna make sure that they always keep it a buck. You can do whatever you want to do, but you always gonna keep it a buck. And hey, even if you think that you're gonna get older and you cute and you gonna get slick and you think you're gonna be cheating and running around, I'm calling her.
Oh my God.
That was my
So the question is 800-585-1051. Would you snitch? Charlamagne, you said no.
No, I mean, I wouldn't go tell their significant other. That's a conversation for myself and my child. Like, you know, I have no reason to tell their significant other. I would talk to my child and let them know ain't no good gonna come to you if you're not doing right by your partner. And when everything falls apart from their infidelity, because trust and believe, it will fall apart. I'm gonna just be there to say I told you so.
Yeah, I wouldn't snitch on my kids, but we've had this conversation in my household, and my wife feels like if Logan, who is my 19-year-old, was cheating on his girlfriend, my wife probably wouldn't F with Logan anymore. She would give him an opportunity. She would talk to him, have a conversation with him, and if he continued to do it, my wife wouldn't mess with him no more. And my wife
she wouldn't mess with him no more?
Like, she would probably snitch on him. I think my wife would snitch on him, absolutely, positively. I think my wife would snitch on him. Yeah, absolutely. I think she would. I wouldn't, but yeah, Gia would definitely snitch on him. If she had a conversation with him, he continued to do it, playing with that girl's heartstrings and playing with that girl's heart, my wife would definitely snitch on Logan.
I mean, the reality is, like I said, the infidelity is going to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the infidelity is going to catch up to you. Like, you know, I don't know. I've never met a person who cheated forever. At some point, the cheating will catch up, you know, to you. And when it does, you know, like I said, I'll just be there to tell my child, I told you so. I don't condone the cheating in any way, shape, or form, just because I know where that leads.
Correct.
I've seen, you know, too many marriages, you know, including my parents, you know, great marriages, well, not great marriages, but marriages ruined because of infidelity.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, so I wouldn't, but I know my wife would. Hello, who's this?
Bella.
Hey, Bella, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bella.
Okay, so would I snitch on my child, on my kid? I'm not snitching on my kid. But at the same time, I'm not going to help you. Like, if your girl or your man comes and asks me, I'm not going to say anything. So if they can read between the lines and they pick up on my silence, but I'm not going to help. I'm not going to snitch, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I know for a fact my wife would definitely snitch. Absolutely positive. I'm not going to snitch on them because my wife, she's not playing the cheating game.
I think the dynamics are different with women involved. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, at the end of the day, that's, you know, your son's mom, but then, you know, that's still her, I would assume, daughter-in-law.
Correct.
You know, and she not going to want to see that. She knows what that feels like. She knows what it feels like to be on the receiving end of that. So I'm sure she would say something.
Danny.
Yes.
Hey, now you find out that your son is cheating on his girlfriend or his wife. You telling?
Baby, I am first 48 snitching. You hear me? I'm telling it all.
Dang.
You first, are you going to give him a warning? Or are you going to tell him, look, you better fix this, or I'm going to snitch, or you just snitching from the door?
Oh, no, because I'm going to look at him like, you know you dead stinking wrong. I'm telling, ain't no, what I need to warn him for? He's a child. I ain't got time for that.
You just like your funky-ass daddy. That's what you're going to say to him? You just like your funky-ass, cheating-ass daddy.
No, not at all. He like his funky, cheating-ass uncle. That's what that is.
Let me ask you a question. Would you tell on your daughter if your daughter was cheating?
Oh, yeah, I tell on her, too. See, the thing is I was raised in an honor system, so either way, you're not going to treat nobody else's child like that because I wouldn't want nobody to treat them like that. So I'm teaching my children to be honorable people. So get your life together, because if you don't, I will. Easy way or hard way, but either way.
Okay. I'm not mad at nothing I'm hearing.
Black.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Black. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from the west side of Detroit, Joy Road.
What up, Doe? So are you snitching on your son or your daughter?
It all depends.
Uh-oh.
I'm not really a big fan of snitching, but at the same time, I have 4 sons, and they have seen their mother in the past, you know, go through the cheating things with their dads and stuff, so they know that I'm not with the cheating. But if my son is a good guy and he has a girl that's out here doing this and this and that, once I've had a talk with him and let him know either you leave her or give her a taste of her own medicine, you know, sometimes, I mean, it's not okay to cheat. I'm not saying that. But if you can't beat them, you join.
No, that is the most terrible advice I ever heard in my life. You want to be Chloe Bailey so bad talking about cheat back. No, cheating back don't do nothing.
I'm just saying. it shouldn't be no cheating in the first place. But if a woman cheats on my son, I'm not gonna tell her that he cheated, but they gonna have to work it out. They see their mother in action with their dad. Like I said, they know I don't play about that cheating. I kick you indoors, all type of stuff.
So let me ask you a question. Did your son see you cheat back on your dad, on their daddy?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
So why would you give that advice to somebody?
I'm not saying I didn't do it. They just didn't see it.
Wow.
She just didn't see it.
Wow.
It ain't what you do, it's how you do.
Wow. Build a wall around Detroit. Build a wall around Detroit, damn it.
800-585-1051. If you knew your children or your child was cheating, would you snitch on them? Let's discuss. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're asking if you knew your child was cheating, would you tell on him? Now, this conversation comes from Summer Walker and JT, of course, from the City Girls. They were having a conversation. This is how it went down.
Yes. And then Summer got 2 boys. I can only imagine 2 same age, same time. Like imagine your 2 twin sons and 2 girls in your house. She just looked at me like,
I'm not tripping because I know that I'm not one of them delusional ass mamas. Like, I am gonna make sure that they always keep it a buck. You can do whatever you want to do, but you always gonna keep it a buck. And hey, even if you think that you're gonna get older and you cute and you're gonna get slick and you think you're gonna be cheating and running around, I'm calling her.
Oh my God.
That was my
So let's go to the lines. Hello, who's this?
It's Mills. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Peace, Mills.
Where you calling from?
Cleveland.
Cleveland, okay. Now, if you knew your child was cheating, would you tell on him?
Yes. Especially if I like the girl, though. Like, if it's just a little anything, no. But if I like her, yes, I'm telling.
Would you tell on your daughter?
He has to tell on my daughter. She can't be this is not community trust. They is not for the community.
Damn.
This ain't monopoly.
I'm not mad at it.
Thank you, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Peace. It's your boy Lovey from the Bronx. Good morning, King.
Hey, Lovey. Good morning.
Yo, look, I told you before, I was the best man at my son's wedding.
Right.
So me and my daughter-in-law have a bond, and I would have to. Like, I feel obligated because I teach him to stand on his love. Like, that marriage is sacred. Once you get married, that is sacred to me.
So you snitching?
I'm snitching, and even I would feel bad. Like, I feel bad even saying it, but a real man has to stand on it, man. So I would have to, bro.
Okay.
Here's the thing, though. You don't even have to snitch on the person because you're going to have a conversation with your child, and we all know how infidelity ends. Like, sad, for the most part. So it's like when you having a conversation with your child, all you got to do is be like, look, everything is going to fall apart. All of this is going to catch up to you.
Yep.
And when it does, you just be there to say, I told you so.
Hello, who's this?
Oh my God, this is Rocky.
Hey, Rocky, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Somerville, South Carolina.
843, what's happening?
All right, now.
Yes.
You find out your son is cheating. You telling? You snitching?
No, I wouldn't snitch. At the end of the day, that's my son. But being that he's my son, I would definitely hold him accountable. He needs to come clean one way or another.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
If he doesn't want to come clean, are you snitching though? Because you said one way or another.
No, I wouldn't snitch, but because that's my son, I couldn't do that. But I would definitely hold him accountable, make him want to tell on himself.
And I'm telling you, that's why you don't even have to, the coming clean is going to come. Pause. It's going to happen because this person is going to get caught. I don't know how y'all think infidelity ends, but you never get away with it, y'all.
Nope. Jalen.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Where you calling from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Now, you snitching?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm snitching.
Damn, so your son cheating. You tell him right away?
Yeah. He know better than me.
You said ain't nothing what?
I say he know better than that.
Oh, he know better than that.
Got you.
Damn, okay. All right, Jalen.
All right.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, man, this is TP from Symantha up the Easy, man. I'm calling from Katy, Texas.
JTP from Texas. Now, your son or your daughter cheating, you telling on them?
Oh, man, I'm going to tell, man. My son and my daughter cheating, I'm going to tell.
Damn.
Straight up, ain't no ifs, ands, but I'm going to tell.
Damn, all right. Sean Stone.
Hey, peace and blessings, guys. How you guys feeling?
Peace and blessings. So we're asking if your son, the soccer player, cheats on his girl, are you telling on him?
So I don't want to have a bad relationship with my son. So I would never try to snitch on my son or my daughter. I would just continue to try to advise them to let them know that cheating on people is not a good feeling. So if it's done to you, you know what I mean, it's not going to feel good. So I don't want to have a bad relationship with my kids, so I would never snitch on my kids. You know what I mean?
All right. Thank you, Sean. So what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, man, the same thing I would tell my child. A mistake is something that happens accidentally. Cheating and lying are not accidents. They are choices. And they are choices that will catch up. And when they catch up, after I've warned you and told you how this was going to end, I will be here to say I told you so.
Well, you ain't got to say I told you so.
And yes, I will. And then you shall learn your lesson. Because for some reason, some of us are just, meant to learn things the hard way.
That is correct.
So I would hope that I'm raising wise children.
Correct.
Who learn from the mistakes of others. Because smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
Especially mistakes
we've already made.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, when we come back, we got your rumor report. We got to tell you what celebrity mom says she wants to put a bullet in somebody's head. We'll get to it next. It's The Breakfast Club on BET.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Michael B. Jordan.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the rumor report.
I mean, I guess we on The Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Now, Michael B. Jordan was doing an interview with Big Boy, and they talked about his character in one of his movies. His famed movie Black Panther, and what he had to do to get out of that role.
You did Black Panther as well. You had to, did you say you had to go to therapy to kind of pull yourself out of that? I know it can't just be 3-2 action and you just, and fall right out.
There's no blueprint to it. I think for me, I take every job as learning experience, and I try to learn something from each one. I try to grow and I try to grow, and I never knew that I had to come out of a character. That was the first time I was actually not feeling like myself, and I was like, man, I'm depressed. I'm super emotional. I'm like non-emotional rather, and for where I kind of had to go for Eric Killmonger, that was a guy that I really kind of cut off a lot of emotions and love, from a lot of people. I was isolated for a long time before I actually started filming. And then coming out of it, I had to I had to get used to being around family members and friends and being normal and talking about regular stuff. It was a whole different thing, and therapy definitely helped me.
That's interesting. I mean, he had to play the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy.
It's not like Michael B. Jordan plays a lot of villain roles. But what's interesting about the Killmonger character is Killmonger wasn't necessarily a villain. Killmonger, not really. He just felt like Wakanda had all the tools and resources that could have liberated black people globally. And he was absolutely right. And he wanted them to step up and use, those tools and resources to help black people all around the globe. He was just willing to, take out whoever didn't agree with him
to do so.
But he wasn't necessarily wrong with his intention.
Yeah, but he was kind of the villain. He took out.
I wouldn't call Killmonger a villain. He took out Chadwick Boseman because he felt like Chadwick Boseman wasn't fit to be king. But think about it. He was actually through bloodline, right? Rightfully able to challenge for the throne. So in combat, he took out Chadwick Boseman, and he rightfully became king. So it's, I wouldn't call him the villain. It's like he didn't sneak into Wakanda and cut Chadwick's throat.
No,
he did it through ritual combat and won.
Now we got to jump to BB Rexa. Now BB Rexa had a conversation and she was talking about who she likes more, Nicki Minaj or Cardi B as a rapper.
I really do believe this, that Nicki is one of the best female rappers of all time.
Definitely. She's definitely a lyricist.
She writes her own shit, number one. Number two, I just feel like she's always coming with new shit.
Let me give it up for the woman in the rap game, period.
Let me just say, I like Cardi because I with her personality and I like how real she is. Yeah. But with Nicki, I just feel like the talent, the writing talent, the musicality, the artistry, it's untouchable.
Yeah, love Cardi, but we also know that Cardi's not writing 95%.
That's a regular debate folks have all the time between Nicki and Cardi.
Yeah, You know, it's.
I heard she caught flack for that.
She did. They were upset about it. It seemed like she was putting another woman down, I guess. But
knock it off. That's hip hop. That's what we do in hip hop. In hip hop, we debate. You know, who's better. Bottom line, point blank, period. And those same kind. The way people are talking about Cardi and Nicki is the same thing people do with Drake and Kendrick, or Jay-Z and Nas back in the day. It happens all the time. This is what you do. You debate hip hop. That's equality, right? Because all I hear is doing is talking about two dope rappers and who's better.
Yeah.
That's hip hop.
Yeah, because she didn't put anybody down. She didn't say this person was whack or this person was better. She just says she likes this person because of whatever reason, which is fine.
And if she said if you're mad because she said Cardi doesn't write, people say that about Drake.
Right.
They question Drake's pen all the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Now, when we come back, happy birthday to Boosie. Today is Boosie's birthday. We're going to start the mix off with some Boosie. Let me know what you want to hear. We'll get your request in 800-585-1051, and we'll do that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, New York City Schools Chancellor David Banks. Welcome, brother.
I'm very happy to be here. Good morning to you both.
Man, happy to have you here, man. If you don't know who David Banks is, he founded one of the most successful and first public schools in the country that serves exclusively young men of color, the Eagle Academy.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
So talk to us about the Eagle Academy. How did that come to light?
Well, listen, I was a member, been a long-time member of the 100 Black Men organization.
Okay.
It's a international actual organization, but started in New York about 60 years ago. And, we'd always work to support our kids in our schools and doing the right thing. But when we started really looking at the data around what was happening with young black men, we realized that we needed to do so much more. And so many of us had gone to the Million Man March years ago. And coming out of that march, we came away with a commitment that we had to go much deeper. And that march is what really gave birth to the creation of the Eagle Academy for Young Men. It was the first all-boys public school in New York City in almost 30 years when we opened. It's not a charter school. It's not a private school. It's a regular New York City public school that really had as its mission to try to help to enlighten and transform the lives of our young men. And since that time, I was the principal of the school in the Bronx. Since that time, we've opened up an Eagle Academy in every borough in New York.
Oh, wow.
We've got one in Newark, New Jersey. When Cory Booker was the mayor in Newark, he asked us to come there. So we got 6 schools, over 3,000 young men. We graduated over 3,000 young men and sent them to colleges and universities all around the country. And it's essentially been a beacon and a blueprint for what you can do to transform the lives of young men.
Do you think they should take out the quote-unquote zone school, right? Because, when I was a kid growing up in Queens, usually the resources were in the quote-unquote towns with more money, right?
Right.
So that's where everybody tried to go, whether they tried to get a fake address or, they wanted you to go to Catholic school. I know my parents wanted me to go to Edison or even Van Buren because those schools were better than my zone school. So do you think they should get rid of the quote-unquote zone school where they make you go to depending on your zip code?
Well, first of all, right now we have a lot more choice of movement, particularly at the high school level. Most kids do not have to simply go to their zone school. There's a lot more movement where you don't have to change your address. You don't have to do all the other stuff to kind of sneak around the system. We offer kids lots of other opportunities. But the reality is that what we have to do is to ensure that every school is a high quality school. So you don't even need to do all of that sneaking around in the first place. And that's where the real work comes in.
One of my problems with a lot of the schools, and since you are a school chancellor, maybe you can give us some insight on it. I feel like a lot of the curriculums are old, right? And the reason I'm saying that is a lot of, when we were kids and our parents were kids, people made money differently, right? But now a lot of these kids are becoming millionaire, wealthy, damn near billionaires off of things that I don't know if school teaches, whether it's the social media bust and how to do things on social media, whether it's little things as like, these car wrapping companies that wrap the cars and like people are making millions off of that, or if it's real estate or if it's whatever it may be, I don't see a lot of schools jumping into those curriculums. It seems like those curriculums are outdated and ancient. Yeah. And a lot of these students, it is boring to them because what they're seeing online or what they want to do is like, I don't want to do this in school. I want to do what I enjoy doing. And I see a lot of times that you're not seeing that in those schools.
Absolutely, brother. So I couldn't agree with you more. It's part of the reason why one of the major things I focused on was the reimagining of the school experience for kids. You can't do school like we did it 100 years ago.
Correct.
Or even 50 years ago. Even 25 years ago. Right? Like, the world has changed, and it is changing rapidly before our eyes. And it is a major challenge for a bureaucracy as large as the New York City school system, which is the largest school system in the nation, right? And by far, it's the largest. It doesn't.
Probably the most complicated too.
It is absolutely the most complicated. The work that we do, but it can change, but it needs vision. It needs leadership that is courageous and bold. And that's what we are trying to do. So, one of the things that we're leaning into now, something we call bold futures, creating career-connected learning for kids. That idea that you just raised, that school is boring, that's the major reason why kids give up on themselves. They said it's not, I'm just doing school. There's a difference between schooling and educating. Educating really connects to relevance. Why are we doing this? Kids ask that all the time. Even when we were in school, we always said, why are we doing this lesson? And oftentimes you did not get good answers to those questions. We're helping to provide much better answers. I created a couple of programs that we're leaning into right now. Our modern youth apprenticeship programs and our future ready programs. What those are career connected programs. To some degree, they're what you all remembered as CTE programs, right? Except that the old CTE programs were about automotive shop, building cars, doing wood shop. The career connected learning today is not your grandfather's CTE stuff. Kids are coming out now with the opportunity to step into real jobs, even if they didn't go to college. They can make six-figure salaries coming right out of high school. So we're building a range of partnerships with the aviation industry, the biotech industry, financial industry. JP Morgan Chase is paying kids up to $25 an hour while they're still in high school, where they go to school a certain number of days, and then they're actually working in the industry for at least 2 to 3 days, where we're merging school and the real world at the same time.
I love that.
Then kids understand why you need to be focused in this science class. It connects to something that's real and meaningful. So we got thousands of kids that are doing that. I would invite you to come and join us. Come and visit what we're doing at some of these schools. But my goal is to scale this work to very significant levels so that kids get real world experiences. Kids have an opportunity to get not only exposure, but to get paid while they're in high school. And so it prepares them. They get all the credentials that they need when they graduate. So when they graduate, they get a diploma. You can't have it being an empty diploma that doesn't mean anything. I want them to be able to go to college if they want to go to college, but I also want them to have the credentials to step right into the world of work. We're doing that right now for all the reasons that you just laid out.
I have an organization called the Mental Wealth Alliance.
Yep.
And one of our biggest things that we want to do is we want to get social and emotional learning in public schools, K through 12. What are they doing?
Yeah. And first of all, let me tell you, we would love to work with you on that, because there's a way for us to take that work and really scale it up. And particularly coming off of the pandemic, there's a lot of work that is being done in our schools in support of social emotional learning. I visited a school in Staten Island, like maybe within my first 2 weeks of being in this position. The school designed a wall, and the wall represents, and it lights up. It's a wide range of the feelings that you're having at any given moment in time. And they designed it as a fun wall. And you get a chance to kind of walk along this wall. There's a little path that you walk through. And you get to touch different parts of the wall that reflect the feelings that you're having in that moment.
Wow.
And the folks in that school get to observe that and figure out who they need to try and support, who's feeling a certain way. Because you have to remember, kids won't always articulate how they're feeling at a given moment. But this is another way for them to kind of physically express where they are. They're feeling anger. They're feeling happiness. Are they feeling joy? They're feeling sadness. Like, what is it that they're feeling? Because ultimately that tips you into a place where somebody needs to sit with you and say, I'm here.
That's right.
I'm here,
Next year, when I do my mental wealth expo, because we just had it, I want to bring like 200 kids, man. Like, we got to figure that out, how we just have 200 kids in attendance.
Charlamagne, we could do 2,000 kids.
Oh, yeah, we did 3,000 people this year.
Right.
But I want to have and there's always kids there, right? But I want to do something specifically where we just have a bunch of kids from New York just there.
Brother, you all you got to do is let me know where and when, and we will absolutely make it happen. We would love to be in partnership with you on this. when we go to the schools, the mayor and I, we talk to kids. Mental health is one of the major things that kids talk about, not just for themselves, but for their friends, right? Because they care about their friends and they can see the stuff that sometimes that their friends are going through. And if we work in partnership, we have an opportunity to truly impact the lives of just.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. I'm with you.
Handshake. Well, there you have it. David Banks, we appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
New York City Schools Chancellor, and thank you, brother. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. I have a positive note, and it's really simple. Normalize talking highly about yourself. All right, no small talk to self. Okay, normalize talking highly about yourself. You deserve it.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?